I'm Aurora Hermanns, and I'm here live from the empty Palace Theater. And it's not as lonely as it sounds, let me tell you. I know I'm an extreme extrovert, and I adapted very quickly to the new parameters for socialization. But it's still pretty awkward out there. I mean, I've seen people go up that haven't seen their friends in months, and they're like, hey, are you hugging? No? No? Okay. And it's like they have to retract these Corona vice grips. It gets really weird between people. I think that's why I went for a smaller approach. I propose a little hug. Basically like I'm holding a small box of love and opportunity. And if I'm denied, I just give a thumbs up and I just bring that box back in. It's all mine. I'm actually, I was born and raised in Alaska, but I've been in Hawaii for 6 years now. 6 years, and I'm still not a local. If you went to Alaska and you were there for a week, us Alaskans would be like, oh, you've been here a week? You're a local now. We need people. But I'm actually moving in a couple days to Oregon. I'm really excited. It's not really the perfect time to move or fly. I get it. And, it's hard for me to fly anyways. Basically, when I walk into airport security, I think I'm discriminated against, and they just assume I'm just carrying a big bag of crazy. Probably because I'm a redhead. But 99% of the time, I am patted down and my bags are checked. I remember I caused chaos once because I had a water bottle with powder in it. And I wasn't hiding it. And when they asked me what it was, I was honest. But my very awkward personality, the only thing I said was, it's an emergency. And that just left them open to press that, button under the counter, and then the party started, of course. Just 5 seconds of me just couldn't be professional. But, there was another time that they pulled me aside, and they just started going through the one piece of luggage I had, and they found my little vibrating friend. It's about this big. It's cute, reliable. We're close. And they looked at me like they were going to lock me up. I panicked. I didn't know what to do, so I immediately screamed out, "Oh, it's my electric tampon." I don't know why I thought an electric tampon would have been better than finding a vibrator, but I will never forget their reaction. The one guy holding it just throws it back into the case, and he goes, "Oh, super." And I corrected him. I was like, actually, it's more like a regular or a light. Thank you. But I'm very excited for my move. I really am. I'm excited to finally see what we call the mainland here, see the West Coast, go hiking. I'm excited for seeing cities, and hopefully when concerts and festivals open back up, I'm excited to go to those. I did go to a festival here in Pune a couple years ago, actually, and this little story popped in my head where all of us spread out, went to go explore the festival, and we all reconvened back at our campsite. And one friend said they found a tea lounge, another found a third stage of music, and then another one of our friends came up holding a newborn, and I'm like, where did you get a baby? And he goes, best ground score ever. I'm not even going to explain to you where he got the baby because that just takes away from the story. But it was safely returned, we'll say that. Absolutely. Because I'm moving, I started cleaning out my storage unit and been giving stuff away, just trying to lighten the load. And I asked a guy if he needed anything for his new place, and he said, yeah, can I get a cute redhead? And I was like, yeah, sure. I think I got one of those in my storage unit. I doubt she's very cute anymore. She's been in there a while. This is the moment where I realize that some people take me too seriously. As you can tell, I make a lot of redhead jokes, but it's, if you haven't noticed, I'm Irish, and I do act the part. I can pound a good stouter, one or two, And recently, someone gave me a shirt that said, Brew Pubs, the official sunblock for Irish people. And I thought that was pretty appropriate. That was good, because when people ask me what my secret is to keeping fair skin in Hawaii, I tell them I like to share. So I'm honest. I say the key to keeping light skin is you gotta get dark. And by dark, I mean you got to black out. And by black out, I just mean you drink all the time, you sleep during the day, you're up all night, you don't see sun, it hurts your eyes. It's a good remedy. I feel like when my skin sparkles, my friends worry about me. But that's just mean I've had a good time. Absolutely. But I love drinking. I love drinking so much, I think I'm gonna give up driving. Yeah, especially after I took my first Uber ride. I was like, this app is amazing. It's so good. Like, you could get anything from Uber, I swear. And you know what? I keep hearing all these good stories of people falling in love with their Uber drivers. And so I'm convinced this is how I'm going to find Mr. Right. So I need a ride. I'll call a new Uber half a mile every time. And I get in the car and I just go, can we just talk? Like, what's your sign? Are you like a cat person or a dog person? Do you like to drink? I'm hoping he says no, because I'm looking for like a boyfriend and a designated driver in life, of course. Oh my goodness. But I drink, I question it sometimes, but I'm responsible. Like when I drink on my day job, I'm very conscientious because I'm a dental assistant. I understand, I get it. I wouldn't want my dentist, breathing Jameson at me. Ugh, that's why I drink peppermint schnapps to keep that, freshly brushed feeling. You gotta play the part when you're at work. Absolutely. And when I'm not doing that during the day, at night, I actually teach shibari classes. So during the day, I treat children at a dentist, and at night, I teach people how to tie each other up. And I will tell you, so you don't get confused, I do not mix both of these jobs. Unless the parents say, pay me to tie their kids down. Then it's acceptable. There's parental permission right there, basically. But I supply most of the rope for my shibari classes. So I would say I go to a Home Depot or a Lowe's or Ace Hardware a couple times a month. And when I go in there, there's always this one guy who has to help me because they've got to cut the rope. And I'm always getting, certain ties for certain lengths. So I get 5 50-footers, and then maybe 4 30-footers, and then just for the heck of it, let's get 8 6-footers, right? Really random sizes. So these guys always ask me what it's for. And I don't judge a book by its wrinkly cover, so who knows? Maybe these old guys are into it. So I tell them it's for, bondage, and they just never seem surprised. They never do. I feel like it's another one of those stereotyping things. Obviously I do this weird thing because I'm a redhead. No, it's not. It's because, I've got no other reason, but I'm sure it's discrimination. I'm sure. Absolutely. But because I go in there all the time, I really like messing with these guys. I really do. So sometimes I'll get a cart and I'll put some tape, a roll of duct tape and a tarp in there, and we'll get all the rope, and once they're done, they always ask me, is there anything else I can assist you with? So I take the shovel that I've been using as a walking stick in the store, and I put it in the cart with the said tape, tarp, and new rope. And I asked them all kinds of things, but one of them I said, yeah, how much lye does it take to melt a 200-pound dog? I'm in the market. What do you think? It's just some weird times when I go out, but every time I think about it, I realize I think I just brightened their day, no matter what. Can you tell I'm single? Can you tell I just, haven't figured out the parameters of, appropriateness? Obviously. I think I love being single, though. I really do. I feel like when I smell a fart, I'm happy because I know it's mine. And, it just tastes better when it's yours, right? Absolutely. But I would say when I'm with someone, it's the one rule I have. If I'm sleeping with someone in the same bed and they fart, you have to. One rule, you have to waft that shit away. Just 1, 2, just give it the 1, 2, just shake it out. That's all you need to do. Otherwise, when you're asleep and you rip it, it just starts to seep up. It just creeps up between us. And you know what? It's like a snake of stink just slithering up to my nostrils. And absolutely, I react like I just got tagged by a snake. Absolutely. Immediately, I'm like, suck it out, just suck it out. I just panic. I don't like it. Of course, I kick them out of my bed and back to being where I'm at now. I was thinking about being in Hawaii, and I wake up every day, and I identify as a mermaid. And I was thinking, when I wake up in Oregon, I'm probably going to wake up in, flannel clothing with, hipster glasses, wondering what I'm doing over there. But I'm just going to miss all this, sea creature fantasy life that happens here. Everyone's so beautiful. Everyone's so happy and glowing, and it really just makes my heart warm. And I'm just going to miss all the fun mermaid jokes that I can do, honestly. I just saw recently online this little comic, and it showed a woman trying to sleep in bed, and she's talking with her own brain, and her brain is keeping her up, and her brain says, mermaids wear sea stars as bras. And she's like, yeah, brain, whatever, I don't care. And the brain goes, but sea stars have mouths in the middle of their body. And she's like, what? She wakes up, oh my God, I didn't think about that. And so then I told my friend, I was like, I would wear 3 sea stars. And they're like, how would you wear 3? I was like, 1, 2, and 1 clip to my, and they're like, all right, thanks guys, that's all the time I have. Have a good night.